Hi beautiful, welcome back to another Jammy Litta video. So first of all, I'm starting with pushing the cuticle back. This is going to expose the new growth and give us some more nail bed space so that we have we have space to apply our acrylic. Okay. I'm trying out this U. Here we go. I'm telling you, it's not a Jammy Litta video if I do not stumble on my words. Anyways, I'm starting this new Young Nails bit to go through the cuticle for prep. Yeah, is that what I'm going to say? Yep, we're going to leave it like that. And here, as you can see, I wanted to try to see if I can get that dry skin off, but I really loved it. Really cool. Enjoyed it very much. So I pushed the cuticle back, and now I'm going through and removing all the cuticle with this cuticle bit, and then we would go in with a sanding band. I want you guys to remember that I have a thin layer of clear acrylic all the time on my natural nails to protect my natural nails. And that's why if you see that I'm going in like trying to blend in the acrylic and roughen it up, then just please keep that in mind. But on your natural nail, you are going to be, it's like a really gentle like swoop. You're going to go in and let the drill do all the work for you. And if you don't have a drill and you're not comfortable with it, then use a nail file. You can use a 180 or 240. 240 is kind of fine, I think. It would be my recommendation, but sometimes the acrylic won't adhere if there isn't enough like texture on the nail, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean. But yeah, we're going in. Oh, someone asked me about drilling on my left hand. You see how I'm showing you that I'm using my hand. See right here, you don't want to do this right there. You don't want to do that. You want to use your hand as your as your base, as your where you're going to rest your hand, so you have more control. Because if you do it the other way I was showing you, you could I don't know, I feel like there's not enough control when you do it that way. But if that's the only way you know how to do it, that's perfectly fine. But I like to have something to lean my hand on so that I have more control. So I wanted to throw that in there because someone asked me, and so there you go. And if it was you, please comment down below and let me know, because unfortunately I don't remember and I'm so sorry. I do have you in mind and I wanted to show you. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and sweep away all the dust, and then I'm going to go in, I got that fancy little dust brush. I don't know if you noticed. I'm going to go in with alcohol like I always do, and this just cleanses the nail and dehydrates it and gets it ready for primer. And there you go. As you can see, it's nice and prepped. Now let's get into the fun part and picking out our colors. So I chose Night Out and Pool Party and Milky White. I had Diana Masters in mind because she said that she liked the Pool Party, and I agreed, and I was like, you know what, I need to do my nails and use this color and mix it up and do something nice and airy and clean for the summer. So I have not done forms on my channel in a while, so I wanted to show you exactly what I do to get the forms on perfectly. As you can see, I pinched and I made sure, if you make sure the sticker is lining up perfectly in the middle, the hardest part, which really shouldn't be that hard, is lining the center up to the center of your nail. And also, you see how it's perfectly flush to my natural nail, or to my nail? You want to make sure there's no gaps under that. And once everything is flat and centered, then you can finish pinching it. And I'm showing you that the line is right in the center. It's like perfectly straight. So quick recap, pinch the tip of the form, make sure the stickers line up perfectly, then bring it up to your natural nail, make sure it's flush to your natural nail and also centered, and use the line as your guide to make sure it's centered to your natural nail, and then you finish pinching. So now I'm going in with my first bead. As you can tell, it had a little bit of dryness to it, but I want to do that because I want more control of my bead, so it needs to be a little bit more on the drier side. I know there's liquid in the brush, and so it's going to blend, and I'm still going to be able to work with the bead. You might be wondering why I have a nail done. I wasn't recording. unfortunately. Basically, everything I'm showing you from my ring finger is what was missing from my index finger. So once I am done showing you this process, you'll see that it jumps back to the actual design on my index finger, okay? So just letting you know. I do have a few shout outs. I want to shout out Diana Masters for just pushing me to use these colors, specifically the pool party. It is very pretty. But really quickly, I tap to make sure it's completely dry because you don't want this to bend. You will lose the structure if you try to take it off when it's still wet or not completely dry. So you want to tap on it, make sure it's nice and solid. And then you want to push the sticker downward so you don't hurt yourself or break the tip off, okay? So here you can see that I jumped back. This is when I started recording. I was like, I was not recording the entire time. Oh my God. I actually just had a sneeze session. So if I sound nasally, it's because I don't know why. I just started sneezing. I don't know where. But yeah, this is a freestyle look. And I wanted the nail to have some clear spots and obviously some sparkle because you guys know I like glitter and anything sparkly. But yeah, it was freestyle. I knew what colors I wanted to use, but I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. So this is what I came up with. And yeah, so I also want to shout out Joanne De Leon, Stephanie Lopez, Just Jazzy, Jin0277, and Cheryl J. Your comment made me laugh. I thought it was so funny and so cute. So shout out to you, girl. And I think that's it. So when you are applying the colors and the glitters, I always tell you, keep it as thin as possible. When your nails are long, though, these are extra long. I do like to make them nice and thick because I need them to last. I don't want them to break. I make sure my apex is thick, and yes. And I was definitely craving some nice square nails, so I went ahead and went with that look. So once all that's done and I have that thin, I cap with clear. You guys know I always cap with clear by JC Beauty Concepts. I do have a code with them. It is Jammy15. I also have a code with Not Polish. It's Jammy. Just Jammy. JAMMY. So take advantage of my codes and yeah, save yourself some cash. And it does help me out, but that's not the reason why you should use the code. Okay? When you see the side profile, you can see that it kind of looks really thick, but it's because those side walls are hanging really low from the excess acrylic from when I did the form. But I was showing you there that I'm going to add a little more for the apex. Now, remember, these nails are long, so like I said, I'm making them thick. I have this fear of not applying enough acrylic, and then when I go to file, I file away the design. So I'm working on being comfortable with that and, you know, not being afraid. But as you can see, when I show you a bird's eye view, it's really not thick. And the thickest part is where the apex is. So I'm using these 100 grit, not polish, straight edge files, and let me tell you, I love them. It made my life so much easier, but you will see how quickly it files it away. So I use these for my side walls and my free edge to make sure everything is nice and crisp. and straight. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to do one nail so that you can see each step I take when filing. So the first step is this straight edge file. Then I go in with my e-file and that 5-in-1 drill bit. Then I go in with the 180 banana file, and then I buff it. So the reason I do it that way is kind of like, have you seen people that do like woodwork? They go down the grit numbers to ensure that the surface is smooth and there aren't any ridges. So basically it's the same idea. That's why I do it that way, because I really like the nail to look smooth. It's just a thing that I like to do. You don't have to do that. You could just go straight to buffing after you go in with the e-file, but I just feel like it, you know, it just gives it like a complete smooth look. Just my preference, right? But yeah, if you think it'll help you, I say do it. And yeah, maybe a little bit of an extra step, but it's okay. It's only 10 fingers and it's not a big deal. Yeah, so that is it. And then here I show you I go in with the 180 grit, and I'm just going through. Oh yeah, I did not say that I kind of seal the cuticle too a little bit more. I go gently around the cuticle. It really helps with lifting too, I've noticed. And I check to make sure it's even with my other thumb. And then I'm done. And after I'm done buffing, I make sure, before I say this, I always go on the corner. You see underneath and then in the corners, because it's so sharp. I actually cut my finger a little bit. See right there? They're so sharp. So you want to go in and do that so you're not hurting yourself or your client. So here I actually go in and I wash my hands because there was dust everywhere. I wanted to start with a clean slate so that I can apply the clear, the Shine It, because I noticed on my last video I called it Shine It. It's actually Gloss It by Not Polish. And yeah, I really liked this this gel top coat. What I loved about it was that it doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. You know, it's not runny, and I have time to work with it. And yes, and obviously it's super shiny, and you will see the end result. So now I put it into cure, and then once it's done, kind of just touching it, making sure that it's cured properly and it's good to go. This is the first time I'm using it on myself, so I just wanted to make sure that everything is good to go. Do you guys see how dry my hands are? Look at my palm. It's like screaming for moisture. But look how beautiful. As always, thank you guys for being here. I hope my videos are helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.